Jesus explains, we are still in work mode, my brides, and your personal Jesus. April 12th, 2019. Words from Jesus to Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. Clare began, Dear ones, there's lots of scuttlebutt about the 3 days of darkness, the rapture, inner vision, etc., etc. And the Lord is addressing this, as well as the immense amount of fatigue we've all been feeling. Thank you, Lord, for addressing it. I was beginning to wonder, am I getting old? Jesus began, My people, you are so very caught up on getting off the earth and on the punishment of the unjust. I know that you ache and weep for these devastating abortions that turn men into sanctioned killers of the innocent. I know you pray for them and weep for the ignorance of the mothers, and I deeply appreciate that. As well as the times you come and lay my head over your heart to comfort me, there are no words to express how profoundly that affects me. All of this is good, dear ones, so very good, enlarging your hearts, making you aware and compassionate of the plight of others, and this is part of your transformation into becoming like me. But our work is not over yet, and most of you have your assignments, whether it is raising holy children, working at a job in the world, or leaving the world to serve me when I call you. And we are still in work mode. Much of what you are doing now will be gifts to those under severe trial with no one to turn to. We aren't transitioning yet. I have told you before, there are those who pretend to be shepherds but are wolves in sheep's clothing. And they begin misinformation campaigns to destabilize you and put your attention on the safety of your immediate circle of friends and relatives. This is why I told Clare to tell you there is still time. I didn't want her to separate you from what you and I are doing together for others. It is what you have done for others when you were on earth that will determine much for you in heaven. There have been massive attacks and assignments of laziness on my body, fatigue and laziness. Not only do you feel drained under this, you tend to take your ease and back off from prayers and serving. Then the enemy disables you with condemnation for giving in to your flesh, and you are even more reluctant to come back to me. This has happened with many heart dwellers, including the staff and especially Clare. She has a physical condition that is very debilitating at times and walks on the edge of despair, knowing she has so much more to do. Yeah, when it really gets me down, that's about right. I walk on the edge of despair because I just feel like I can't do it. But then Jesus rises up in me, and I do it. So I come and rescue her. I hold her tenderly in my arms and I tell her, my dear one, I understand how you're feeling. I forgive you for the lapses. Let us go on now. The sooner you come to me, heart dwellers, the sooner I can forgive and repair the damage. And I will tell you something you should keep in mind always. Satan doesn't want you to feel forgiven. He wants you under a constant barrage of guilt. I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I indulged in this, I indulged in that. and so on and so forth. He has anemic little demons that chatter this constantly to your mind. He doesn't want you forgiven, so he will keep it up until you decide, I just can't do this anymore. I'm not good enough. Claire, please share what's happened with you. Well, dear family, I confess I have been lazy. My mind has been like overcooked spaghetti, and my motivation, silk. I can't tell you how many times the Lord has played that song, Empty Fears, for me in worship time. He played it for me again today, twice, and that was my music set on shuffle. Here is the text of that song. Lord, I have no courage, I'm growing weak, my heart is faint. Secret fears invade my soul, they say it's just too late. Your life is over, it's passed you by, summer's leaves fall beneath the autumn sky. I've lost my joy, I've lost my hope, I've turned my heart away from you. Restore my joy, restore my hope, turn my heart around to you, O God. My child, put those empty fears far behind you now. Come and rest your tender cheek beneath my watchful brow. We'll rise again in springtime bloom. Life comes forth anew from empty tombs. For I know, yes I know, all the good I've planned for you. Gifts of faith, gifts of hope, love and joy restored to you, my child. So trust the plans I have, in me our future shines. I'll guide you through the fires, we'll stand the tests of time. I'm yours and you're mine, till we pass at last through heaven's door. For I know, yes I know, all the good I've planned for you. Gifts of faith, gifts of hope, love and joy, restored to you, my child. And it was funny because I realized that I wanted to hear that song a second time and that I wasn't supposed to be listening to my voice. I was supposed to be listening to the lyrics. Hello, and I thought, I wish that song would play again. And I could have reached over and sent it backwards, so it would play again. But lo and behold, the Lord heard my tiny little plea, and He put it on again for me. So this time I didn't miss the meaning. And Jesus knows that really ministers to me. He knows that song helps me, and it helped me out of a pit today. A pit that I've been in for a couple of weeks. Part of it was physical pain from constant storms hitting Taos. And Fibro doesn't like storms, and part of it was knowing the Lord needed suffering, and just feeling very, very tired. Oh, I've been a walking mess with no hope but Jesus. And how did He handle me? With unbelievable compassion. Jesus continued, Claire, you could go on and fill books with stories of my very personal love for you and each of my brides. But I want to remind those who might have jealous feelings. They are totally unfounded. You see, Father took you from within His substance, and it left a place that only you could fit. No other soul on earth could satisfy the spot in His being you came from. And when I seek out my bride, that very special soul from within the Father, only she can satisfy our heart. What I want you to know, dear ones, is that I am your counterpart, and only you can fulfill me and fill the void in my Father's heart. That means, in the deepest sense of the word, this is a monogamous relationship. There is only one for me, for this Jesus. There is only one for you, your Jesus, and so on. Because the Godhead is being made complete by the return of a soul to that intimate place in His heart. Yes, the heart of the Father, through the love of the Son. Drink deeply from this well, my beautiful ones, and know that there can be no other to fulfill the place you were taken from. And when I seek you out, it is because you are the only one who can fulfill me. I bless you, my lovely brides. Have no fear to come near me. I wait for you. No matter how you're feeling or what you believe, have no fear to come near me. I wait for you.